All right, guys. So this is the movie club. We are back. We're doing something different today. We're going to be talking about the series, Just Cursed. With baby girl from 13 Reasons Why. Y'all know her name. Hannah Baker. What's her real name? Somebody.
Katherine Langford.
Yes, Hannah Baker. So basically, some of us watch the whole series, some of us watch half the series, some of us watch the beginning of the series. So we're going to be taking turns as to say whether you should continue watching it, how far you got to go till it gets good, what the beginning is like, who is it for. We're about to dive in right now. Here we go. I'm going to start because I feel like the ladies have a much better grip on this thing. If you're not into magic or stuffy stuff, you know what I mean, where stuff is just kind of like if you don't have like a strong ability to suspend disbelief, this may not be the ideal show for you. I was able to get through, we're gonna say 82% of the first episode, and when I say get through, I mean it was on, my brain was not following it, but because I wanted to support the gang, I kept it on. God bless this show and whoever it is for. Miyoshi, talk to me about what you thought about that first episode.
Okay, look. Well, I actually watched a couple, because I was interested.
Does a couple mean two?
I mean, like, 3, like
okay.
some.
That's a few.
That's a few. A few. But I really liked the introduction to that main character, the Katherine Langford woman, aka Nimue, on the show. And kind of found out really soon that she was an outcast, and she had this story of this incident that happened in the woods with this demonic wildebeest, and her villagers didn't like her, and it was just like, it sucked to be her. But then she was also selected by what they call the hidden to, take this big responsibility on. And that's when I kind of got invested. I was like, oh, she can talk to like spirits of the nature. And I thought that was really cool, because I'm not into whimsical, fanciful, you wanted me to throw that word in. Yes, I'm not into really like the whole magic thing, but I got invested with the story. So I like that.
Okay, boom. So Jaya, I think you watched more than 3 episodes, yes?
Yes, I got to about episode 6. I'm like halfway through episode 6.
All right, so pick it up from Whimsical Land. What did you take in the middle of the series?
So in the middle of the series, this is when everything kind of started to come together for me in terms of the plot. In the beginning, I was kind of confused as to what was going on.
Okay.
But in the middle, there's a bunch of different storylines, and around episode 4 or 5, that's when they start coming together. So I'm excited to see where Nimue's character goes, and if she really embraces her power and her role in like stopping this war. Right. Also, I want to see more about her relationships once she gets with Merlin, Arthur. So I'm very intrigued to see her.
And Shannon, it's time to take us home, girl. Take us home. How did it end? Is it worth it? Or what do you think about the last 4 episodes? And also, is it worth watching?
I think everything really kind of happened in probably the last episode, which I liked and I didn't like, because there were a couple reveals throughout the series, but the main ones that you kind of saw being like built up to and just kind of keep adding details to, nothing happened with those until the very, very last episode. And by the very, very last, I mean probably the last 5 minutes of the series.
Wow.
So I did like it overall. I wouldn't say it's something that I would necessarily like go back and rewatch over and over again. Like, it's just something nice to keep in the background. I did love that what we were being shown was a little bit different than the stories that are usually told through like Arthurian legend and stuff like that, because this focuses on the story of Nimue, who is a Lady of the Lake, not the Lady of the Lake, because that's just more of a title than anything else. She's actually what they call a Garagathanoon, which is basically a woman who like lives in a town beneath lakes, and they're basically water maidens or like water nymphs, stuff like that. And her name can also, sometimes people say it might be derived from Nimue, which is in Greek or Roman mythology, who is actually the water nymph who gave Perseus his sword. So it kind of goes through all that. And not with that, but like in the Arthur legend and stuff like that. But I did love that we saw everyone's story being told a little bit different than we've seen it before.
Got it.
So out of 5, I would probably give it like a 3.753, because I think if it is something that is a little bit slower to build, and I don't think that a lot of people will be able to hang on to the very end where stuff really started to happen. I think there should have been a couple more things throughout the series that kept people in it.
Okay, so since you made it through the end of the series, do you think that season 2 is worth you coming back with the payoff at the end of episode 10?
They kind of left it so that could be a standalone. It wasn't even like, yes, they did some things that were cliffhanger-ish, but it wrapped up everybody's story pretty well.
Wow.
And those
what happened, but as far as like the Weeping Monk was, you got like a little wrap up and a reveal to who he was. You got to see Merlin, Morgana, and Nimue, and then the little nun from the Abbey.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. She got on my nerve. It like instantly I knew I wasn't gonna like her, so you pretty much confirmed it.
Yeah,
but okay, right. I love the fact that we had a little light-skinned singing dude in the series. I thought that was like a little Drake moment. He was singing. He sucked, but he still got the ladies though. He still was getting the ladies. I just want to put that out there.
Perfect. So that was our first look / is it worth watching for Curse on Netflix. You check it out. If you have seen it already, let us know. If you plan to see it, let us know. If you feel a completely different way, let us know. If you've got any information at all, let us know. And we're here for it all. This is the Movie Club, and we are out of here.